Into the hands of Yell, who gets it to Parker. Parker's got Yell on her left, drives in, and it's good.
How about that?
Steal. Kennedy gives it up the floor. Gets it to Shazer underneath, and that is blocked by Grimshaw. Nice block by Kyra Grimshaw. Into the hands of Pepic, who gets it to Parker. 6. Back Parker drives in and tried to force it. Got it back. Three-pointer. Maddie Yell. That is good. Any open looks at all. Maddie Yell. Jumper. No good. Rebound. Grimshaw. Nice job by Kyra Grimshaw.
Real nice job. Gets a rebound.
Parker dribble drive in. Nice pass underneath. Pepic layup good. Niagara's led the whole way. 2:15 to go in the half. Har got to get her going, and that is going to get her going. Jump shot and a chance for a three-point play. And a wide open three by Wax. No good. Rebound. Mason fighting for it. It's going to be Niagara possession. Grimshaw checked into the game. Comes up with the ball. Goes underneath the Falcon. Turn around, stuffed, blocked, gets it back, goes up, and good.
How about that effort?
Half so far. Hopefully 3 if Yell can make that. No good. Mason rebound, layup is good.
That's big play right there.
Parker drives in, still triple teamed, kicks it out to Yell. And that's a good open look. Mason hits it.
Yeah, that's good ball movement too. Parker, you see she drives.
It's funny, like you said, you can really hear it now when they yell at the refs. Niagara pressing, trying to pressure the ball, and it worked. Har comes up with the loose ball on the floor, and timeout. Coach Georges will have a tough time replacing her next year. Har three-pointer is good.
Wow.
Now it's back to
that
8.
One, as I said, you got to get to the foul line so the clock's not ticking. Take the ball to the basket. She's
Allie Har 3 is good.
I was going to say, she's going to take that one.
Allie Har, if they could. She missed them both.
Parker, go to the basket now. Go to the basket.
Down 2, 14 seconds ago. Parker's got the lane off the backboard, and we're tied. Top 2, Parker. Parker drives in underneath, and it is good. What a pass by Parker, and what a play underneath by Mason.
First and foremost, I am really proud of our team. The effort, the battle that we displayed tonight against one of the top teams coming in, to this game in the MAC. Marist, we know they have the reputation of being one of the best teams in the conference. And knowing that, our young ladies came ready to play today, it really says a lot about this group this year, this team. They have their own, legacy that they want to leave. And they had a lot of confidence coming into this game and knowing that if we could pressure Marist and turn them over, get them out of rhythm, with their offense, that we could definitely have a chance at winning this game. So I just want to give credit to, our team, our coaching staff with putting together scouts for this group and just with them executing a lot of what we were asking them to do, today.
Your team, coming off a pretty second lengthy pause. I think your last game was what, the 2nd of January. What was it like for the team to come back and really, not miss a beat those first few minutes? What was it like to see that?
It was really exciting to see us look like we had just played last weekend. And and that's a credit to them putting the time in at practice and really working hard so that, when you start out a game like this, a big game, against a team like that you're ready to go. So I couldn't have been more excited and more proud, of what we were able to do starting out in that first quarter to set the tone, for the rest of the game.
Right. And I mean, with that, knowing, you had was it a 14-day pause or was it longer?
We wound up having a 10-day pause because Governor Cuomo changed from 14 to 10. So we were on a 10-day pause and we started practice last Wednesday. So we were able to get some really good practice time in. And like I said, these young ladies were, they were working hard every single day, being very coachable and wanting to get better, every day at practice, knowing that it would pay off, in a game. And I know it didn't turn out our way today, but you know what, to battle the way we did, even being down late and coming back both in regulation and in overtime, I think it just really says a lot about this team.
Right. Now, Allie, from the players' perspective, first off, what did it mean for your team to get back on the court after its second pause and get back into the rhythm of the game?
It felt good to get back out there, like with my teammates. You know, like we've been working like all week in practice, like to prepare ourselves for this, and we've been pushing ourselves in practice. So like we knew, like as soon as we stepped out there, like we were ready.
In that 10-day pause, though, when you just have to shut down everything because of one positive test, was it frustrating? Did you find yourself having to do more constructive things? What was that pause like for you as a player?
It was a little like frustrating, obviously, because we want to be playing games, but we all had like high spirits, and we're gonna come out of this stronger. And like we had Zoom calls every day, so we were still checking in like with the coaches and teammates, and like watching film and stuff. So like we were staying ready like in any way that we could. So.
Right. Now, with the game, I know the third quarter, and Coach, if you can answer this, I'll ask you first. The mistakes really began to pile up for your team. Was that an account of conditioning, or was it an account of not, being on the court for X number of days? What happened there in the third quarter?
I think sometimes our youth shows, and that was kind of one of those moments, with the details and with us being a little bit, inexperienced. I think that happens sometimes. And, for us, we recognize it and we learn from it, and hopes that tomorrow, will be better in the third quarter and coming out strong out of halftime.
Right. And Allie, in the fourth quarter, from your perspective, you had a couple big threes. Your team shot really well. What else really kind of propelled your team in the fourth quarter to force overtime?
I think like the energy that we had like coming into it, like after like making like big plays, like our bench, like you could really feel the energy, and like you could just like feel it like within, like we weren't gonna quit, like we kept battling back, and like I'm just like so proud of like our teammates, because like Marist was going on runs, but like we came back and like battled like every step of the way.
Mm-hmm. Was fatigue an issue at all, or conditioning an issue at all for your team out there?
Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, I'm sorry to cut Allie off if you were asking
No.
her. I think that, we are in pretty decent shape. Our first couple of days out of quarantine were pretty tough, but I think that was just preparation for today. We got the subs when we needed to get them, I think. And, Allie played a ton of minutes for us tonight. She's an excellent, conditioning, and so are a lot of her teammates. Because of the style of play that we play, that is the way we practice every day. So when you're doing that for a consistent basis and you're practicing, 2 hours or 2.5 hours, you get used to it. So for us, this is more of our comfort zone of, being out there for long stretches. And, we have a small team, so you're getting a lot of reps in practice. There's not a lot of rest time, in practice. So I think for us, fatigue wasn't too much of a, factor. We got people out and tried to keep people fresh as best we could.
Right. And Allie, the same question, did you feel anything conditioning wise or fatigue wise, or were you able to kind of maintain that throughout the game?
I think like fatigue maybe set in like a little bit, just because like this was our third game of the season. So just to like get back like out there in game shape. But I think even though like some of us like were tired, like we were able to fight through that. Like it didn't really show, because like we came back in the fourth quarter and like tied it up and obviously sent it into overtime.
Right. And I'm going to ask both of you this, and I've asked a lot of people this season. What is it like, having to have a season during a pandemic, where things can stop and things can turn on a dime, with one test or something, or protocols happening? What's it like for you as a coach first, Jada?
It's definitely difficult. You are basically living and hanging on each test, because you don't know when, you can go on pause if a test turns out to be positive. And then you also have, if your opponents, if you're preparing for an opponent, on the other side of things as well, it's definitely difficult. I think we've done a really great job of managing our situations each time we've had to go into pause. And like Allie said, staying positive and really staying connected with each other during those times, because that's what you have to do. You can't, pout and mope, about certain things. You really just have to find creative ways to stay in a right frame of mind to keep yourself ready to go for any moment.
Right. And Allie, the same question for you. What's it like to be a player and knowing you have to have really be more vigilant about your health? You have to be more concerned with accountability, because we're in an era, especially with basketball, where one positive test can shut down a whole team, especially if it's a tier 1 person. And and whatnot. It wasn't like as a player to have to think about that too now this season.
Yeah, I think we like learned pretty quickly, like this is just like the world we're living in. It's not like if it's gonna happen, it's just like a matter of like when. And I think like after each break we've had, like we've responded like really well to it, and just like obviously like it kind of puts things into perspective. Like you have to go out there like every practice, like every game, you got to go out there like it's your last, because like you could be in, like put in another pause again. So like it just like really like everyone like puts everything they got out there, and like we want to have a season because like as you can see like we could have the potential to be special this year. So like our teammates like know, and like we're really like all in this year. So
Right. All right. Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time after this game. I appreciate it, and good luck tomorrow too.
All right. Thanks, Rachel.
thank
All
you.
right. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.